Hello, lovely kids. You're welcome again to our virtual class, okay? And I am Auntie Ruth, and I hope you are fine by God's grace. You're doing well. Good. Today we are here on a new lesson, okay? Today we have what? Science. We have what? Let me see your smiling face. Yay! Today we have what? Science. Good. And our strand for good. And our strand is living things and non-living things. Living things and what? Non-living things. We have been treating living and non-living things for some time now. We treated the characteristics recently. We treated what? Examples of it. Good. So on this note, we are coming to end our strand on living and non-living things with what? Some basic needs of what? Living things. So let's go to our next slide to see what we have there. I hope you are following. Today we are, as I always tell you, we are coming to learn something new. So let's learn together. Our section is what? Basic needs of living things. Basic needs of living things. And we said basic needs. What are some of the things? Basic. The needs of living things. We say what? Living things are things that have what? Life in them. And we mention what? Animals, human beings, trees. They are all living things. So what are some of the things that they need? What are some of the things that animals need, trees need, and then what? Human beings as well also need. So let's be thinking about this, okay? So what are basic needs? Do you have anything in mind? What are basic needs? Okay, so let's go to our next slide as we are thinking about it. So before we come to basic needs, there is an image on the screen. It said living things needed something. So what are they? Can you identify some things here? We see human beings here. Yes. So what are some of the things that they need? Yes. Can you identify some of these images? You can see water here, some fruits here, food as well, water. Good. So you can identify all those things. So now let's come to the question that I asked previously. That's what are basic needs? So we said that basic needs are what? The minimal things that human beings need in order to fulfill requirements in life. There are some things that we need to fulfill our what requirements in life as human beings or as living things. Can you mention some of those things? Some of these things that we need every day you need in your house. Yes, let's get back to our various homes. As you are seated right now, small time you need something. As you are learning, yes, what do you do each and every day when you wake up? Sometimes you eat. Yes, you need food, you drink water, you bath, you wash your things. Good. So this is what we are talking about. Basic needs. They are the minimal things that human beings do what? Need in order to fulfill requirements in life. So let's come to some examples of basic needs. Some examples of basic needs are what? The first one is what? Food. Yes, in our previous slide we saw some image like what? Food. We need food every day. Can I ask you, when you woke up after brushing your teeth, what was The next thing you did, Mommy, do you have food around? Mommy, I'm hungry. You eat, you need food. So that means all living things do what? They need food. Human beings need food, animals need food, plants also needs what? Food. So let's go to the next one. That is what? Shelter. Shelter. When we talk about shelter, what is it? Can you tell me something? Yes. The things in which we sleep under it, either a tent or a room or a house, they are all shelters, okay? So far as we hide ourselves, we sleep, we find a comfortable place to lay our heads, it's a shelter, okay? The next one is what? Clothes. Can you show me your clothes? Can you touch your clothes? Yes, this is my clothes. You are also wearing a cloth. We need clothes to do what? To cover ourselves with it. You can't walk naked. Yes. The next one is what? Water. Water. What do we do when we are thirsty? We drink water. So as human beings, we need what? Water as well. Good. So let's go to our next line. And I hope you are following. Examples of basic needs are what? 1. Food. 2. Shelter. 3. Clothing. And 4. Water. Okay. So basic needs of living things. Basic needs of living things. The examples that we treated in our previous slide, let's look at them in this way. So we said what? We have water as a basic need. So let's look at it. Water as a basic need for living things. Water is very important to living things because all living things drink water to keep us. We all do what? Drink water. All living things drink water. We bath with water. Is it true? Yes. We bath with what? Water. We wash our clothes with what? Water. We use water to wash our clothes. We wash our utensils after eating or after preparing our foods. What do? We wash them with water. So you can see that water is very necessary in our needs, our daily activities. We need water. The next one is what? 4. Plants need water to grow. Yes. Plants do what? Need water to do what? To grow. Without water, what? Plants would die. Good. So these are the basic needs for living things. They need water. Let's go to our next slide. We use water to prepare our food. We use water to prepare our food. Good. And water is home or habitat. All of you. Again, habitat, the same as home. To some animals like fish, we all know that fishes lives in what? Water. When you bring them outside water to live on land, they will die. So fishes lives in where? Water. Water is home or habitat to some plants like what? Water lily flowers. Water lily flowers also lives in where? Water. That's their habitat. Okay? Good. Wow. So on this image you can see a human being drinking water. He's happily drinking the water. Yes, can you take your water and drink? Let me see you drinking water. How water is life and it's good to drink water. Animals are also doing what? Drinking water. They need water to live. Plants also need water to live as well. I hope you are following. Good. Let's continue. So our next slide said what? Using water to wash. When you're washing our clothes, we use water to wash our clothes. and do what with bath water. So you see a boy using water to bath. And then this is the plants growing on the surface of water. That is what? The water lilies flower we are talking about. They grow on where? On the surface of plant. And this is a fish in water. That's the habitat. In water, okay? Good. So let's come to our second need, that is food. So food as a basic need for living things. All living things need food to grow, to stay strong and healthy. As I said, all living things need food to grow, to stay strong. Yes, I know you are strong. Let me see your power. Yes. Your good and strong muscles. It's food that you need to stay strong and healthy. So on the screen you see a family eating. Yes, what do? You eat with your family. Everybody, every human being do what eats. So that is what you can see on the screen. The next one is what? Animals. Wow. Wow. Can you identify these animals? Monkeys, they are eating what? Watermelon. So sweet. Dogs are also eating food. So animals eat food. Animals do what? Animals eat food. Good. So food is very important to living things. Food is very important to living things. One, let's look at some of the importance, okay? One, food makes us healthy and strong. Food makes us healthy and strong. Two, we need food to grow and develop. To grow well and to develop. Let's continue. Three, food gives us energy to move all about. When you don't eat, you'll be tired all the time. You'll be very weak and it will look as if you are tired, but no, you need food to eat. So food gives us energy to move about, to be able to play and kick our footballs very well. So without food, all living things die. Yes. Without food, human beings die. Have you ever fasted before? From 1 o'clock to 12 p.m. Or the day that you play stubborn and mommy says she will not give you food to eat. How do you feel? You don't feel okay. So you realize that you are becoming weak. So we need food to eat. So let's come to our next need, that is air. Air. Air as a basic need for living things. All living things need air to survive. All living things need air to survive. All living things need air to survive. We need air. So one, we need air to breathe. Can we breathe in? So let's practice this exercise. Can we all hold our nose together? Just for 30 seconds. It's not even up to 30 seconds, but you see, you are suffering. Yes, that is it. We need air. Living things what? Living things need air. So we need air to breathe. Without air, forget about what will happen. You will die. So we need air to breathe. We need air to dry our clothes. When we dry our clothes, what do we need? We need sun and at the same time the air as well to dry our clothes. Good. We need air to make fire to cook. After setting our fire in a coal pot, what do? We take our fan to blow air into it. Yes, so we need air to set our fire to cook. Good. So the third one is we need air to make fire to cook. Then the last one, without air, all living things will die. As I was telling you, all living things need what? All these things. We need air to breathe. We need air to dry our clothes. We need air to make fire to cook. Without air, all living things. So let's go to our next slide. So this is the air. A human being breathing in air as we did. Then the next one, we dry our clothes with it. Good. So let's come to this shelter. Shelter as basic needs for living things. All living things need a home called shelter, as I said. We all need a home called shelter. So one, shelter protects us from our enemies like armed robbers. When you are under a shelter or in your room, armed robbers will not easily break into your room to harm you. Okay? Armed robbers will not do what? Break into your room to harm you. So shelter protects us from our enemies like armed robbers. 2. Shelter protects us from rainfall. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Later children want to play. Rain, rain, go away. Wow. Can you sing it again? Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little children want to play. Rain, rain, go away. Wow. Yes. When we are playing under what? Our shelter that is in the room and it's raining, we don't have problem. When we are outside that one day, we do it. So shelter protects us from rainfall. And shelter protects us from scorching sun and cold weather. When the sun is very, very hot, and you get a shelter, maybe a room or a tent, and then you stand under it, will be very cool. And when the weather is cold as well, and you're in your room, you don't feel the weather. Okay, good. So shelter protects us from scorching sun and cold weather. Without shelter, all living things will do what? Will die from severe weather. So let's go to our next slide and see. Yes, this is an image of a shelter, a family in their room. Yes, protecting themselves from where the scorching sun. They are playing in their rooms. And then you can see a bed here. They are also having their room, their nest as their room. This is also their habitat, okay? The birds live here, the animals also live here. So appropriate temperature as a basic need for living things. Let's look at the appropriate temperature for living things. All living things need the right temperature to survive. You become very uncomfortable when the temperature is too high. When the weather is hot, how do you feel? You take handkerchief, either a handkerchief or a book or a fan, start fanning yourself. The weather is too hot, especially when the light is out. What do? You feel very uncomfortable. So you become very uncomfortable when the temperature is too high. So let me ask this question. How do you feel when you walk barefooted in a hot sun or in a hot afternoon? Can you try it? In a hot afternoon, remove your slippers and walk barefoot. Say, walking, the ground is very hot. Okay, good. So what do you do when the temperature is too hot? You fan yourself. Yes. So because we need appropriate temperature to survive, We adjust ourselves when the temperature is too hot or cold. We adjust ourselves to it. When the temperature is too hot, we fan ourselves or wear light dresses. Okay, when the temperature is too hot, we fan ourselves or use what? Or wear light dresses. When the temperature is too cold, we wear more dresses to keep our body warm. When you feel cold, you take your blanket to cover yourself. Okay, let's go to our next slide. So without the appropriate temperature, living things can freeze to death or die of too high temperature. Frozen animals. Look at them. Oh. And animals, or this animal die of extreme heat. The weather was too hot for the animals, so it died. And the temperature was very cold here, so the animals got what? Frozen. Good. Today we are done with our lesson. Yes, what have we learned today? Basic needs of living things. We need food, we need shelter, we need water, we need air to breathe. Evaluation. Let's take our pencil and exercise book to write the following evaluation down. Answer the following questions correctly, okay? So the first one is, plants need dash to grow. A, book. B, water. So you put the correct answer there. 2. Take your time to write the question correctly, okay? And answer it correctly. Good. 2. Water is also a home or dash to some animals. A, habitat. B, table.